Hi, I'm Lindsay O'Connell, and I'm here today to give you some tips on how to feel your best. As a licensed psychotherapist, I focus on helping professionals enhance their overall well-being and mental health, and I hope these tools help you excel in life and in law practice. Today's topic is how to set effective goals. Goals work best when they represent positive, empowering ideas that you work toward to achieve lasting change. Let me start by saying that navigating the stresses of day-to-day life is an accomplishment in and of itself. And even on your most challenging days, you deserve respect and self-esteem just for being you. You're worthy just as you are, no matter what goals you set for the future. Personal growth is merely aimed at enhancing your inherent worth and making life easier and more enjoyable. Goals are sometimes driven by fear, regret, shame, or social pressure, which is part of the reason why so many of them are short-lived. It's hard to stick to a routine that is fueled by negativity or pain. Instead of letting self-loathing or fear drive your goals, try to focus on enhancing your strengths and gaining additional tools to help you overcome challenges. There are some steps you can take to make it easier to set and reach your goals. Start by reflecting on what's most important to you right now in life and developing intentions about what you'd like to focus on. Consider looking at your life in different domains, such as social, emotional, occupational, spiritual, mental, and so on. Which areas need attention right now to help you feel your best? Once you have some ideas about areas that might deserve some focus, you're ready to start setting goals. In order to make goals more effective, I suggest using the SMART goal format. You might not think of setting goals as a structured process, but there are simple guidelines that can help make your goals more effective and get the best results from your effort. The SMART goal format was developed in the study of corporate management and is very useful in setting both personal and professional goals. The acronym stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Next, I'll explain how to structure your goals with that framework in mind. Let's start by taking a look at each part of the acronym. Specific implies that a goal must be clearly defined. Start by writing down the general idea of your goal. Once you've written it out, try to further narrow down the goal to its core. Think of the most specific ways you can define the goal. For example, if your goal is to feel more relaxed at night, a specific way of putting it might be to improve my work-life balance. Additionally, goals are easier to achieve if they are based on something positive and proactive versus something you want to avoid. For instance, instead of setting a goal of not arguing with your spouse as often, you might reframe that goal as improving your personal communication skills. Next is making sure the goal is measurable. Making measurable goals allows you to explicitly gauge your progress and to see when you've achieved the goal. Measures of progress can be either quantitative or qualitative, and sometimes combining both is most effective. Going back to our example of work-life balance, improvement could be measured in how many days out of the week you are able to leave the office in time to enjoy your evening. You could also count hours of personal time numerically and set a goal around how many hours you need each week to feel your best. Remember that the goal is not static. As you gain insight about your progress, you can be flexible in deciding how to proceed. And also, as you continue working towards a goal, don't forget to celebrate when you hit benchmarks along the way. Attainable means that the goal is something you can actually do. Goals with the words always or never are usually not attainable since absolutes leave no room for flexibility. Instead, give yourself a realistic goal and be honest about your ability to achieve it. With work-life balance, a goal of never working again on the weekends might be hard to achieve, so making it more flexible sets you up for greater success. If there's one thing we know about life, it's that it involves constant change. As different circumstances ebb and flow, you want to make sure that you continue to evaluate the attainability of your goals. As much as possible, try to avoid the scenario in which a goal begins to feel like pushing a boulder uphill. If it feels impossible to achieve, or if your morale gets low, it might be time to reassess the goal to make sure that it's still within reason. Relevant means that a goal truly addresses your desires and aspirations. If the goal you have in mind doesn't actually serve an important purpose in your life, it's worth questioning why you feel compelled to achieve it. Goals that are not special to us are much less likely to be achieved, and they may distract us from other more important goals. Additionally, if we're motivated primarily by social expectations or what someone else wants us to do, it can be difficult to sustain motivation. It's important to make sure that you have a personal stake in the game, and that achieving the goals you create for yourself will have a meaningful and desired impact on your life. Finally, in the SMART goal format is time-bound. In goal setting, it's important to have a defined timeline to help you stay on track. Be thoughtful about how much time you'll need to complete the goal and design your timeline from there. Going back to our example, a good way to make the goal of improved work-life balance time-bound might be to give yourself until the end of the next quarter to implement a healthier routine. If you find that you have not given yourself enough time, you can always extend the timeline. I hope that this has been a helpful overview for those of you seeking to make sustainable changes in your lives. If you're interested in learning more about your goal-setting approach, speaking with a professional counselor can always be an asset to you. Best of luck to you in your future goal setting.